WrestleMania 41 Night 1 was insane. From the highs to the lows, there's a lot to talk about, and Seth Rollins is now a Paul Heyman guy. Let's get into all of it. I'm Ben Allison, you're watching Allison Analysis, and here are my top 5 key findings from WrestleMania Night 1. In at number 5, I'm so happy for Jey Uso. He undoubtedly deserved this. Professional wrestling is an industry full of people who don't get what they deserve, so it is hard to say somebody is necessarily hard done by if they don't get this moment, a moment to win a world championship at a WrestleMania. But that doesn't mean that some people don't deserve it, and Jey Uso is undoubtedly one of those people. His entire career, he has given absolutely everything. But really, since the pandemic, since that Hell in the Cell match with Roman in 2020, he has just gone up so many levels, and the work he's been putting in is absolutely incredible. And is he the best wrestler in ring in the world? Of course he isn't, right? Should he stop doing the spear? In my opinion, yes, because he doesn't do it very well, and there's so many people in the company who do it a lot better than him. But still, he is so fun, he is so over, he is so good at what he does, and I'm really happy for him. Now, the one negative about this match, which I will say, is I wasn't really a fan of Gunther tapping out. I don't really think that part was necessarily needed. He could have faded and that would have been better, or let's just face it, he could have just been pinned after the third Uso splash or whatever it was. I don't really think the submission was necessary. But some people are saying this kills Gunther, and I'm definitely not going to say that, right? I'm sure they have a plan here, and some bigger character arc is going to play out, and I'm excited for that. But yeah, shout out Jey, well deserved, and I'm excited for this World Heavyweight Championship reign. I don't think it's going to go very long, but I do think it's going to be fun while it's happening. In at number 4, it is incredible to see how far Jacob Fatu has come in only just a year. A year ago, let's be honest, barely any of the WWE audience actually knew who he was, right? And I was watching him in MLW, and of course, he was really impressive. He was, undoubtedly. But the fact is, I never thought he'd be this over in WWE, but I'm so happy he is. I mean, even during this match, I honestly didn't believe he was going to win. I thought Solo Sikoa was going to screw him or something, because I just thought this is all a little bit fast. And I don't mean that in a bad way, I just mean historically, WWE don't usually necessarily act fast when it comes to pushing somebody. But in this case, they did, and they made the undoubtedly correct decision. I'm really excited to see what is next with Jacob Fatu now as well. As for LA Knight, I do feel a little bad for him, right? Because the fact of the matter is he wasn't really given any great storylines to work with, any stories to really sink his teeth into. And this has kind of been a theme of LA Knight over the last 18 months. He only really gets very short feuds, and there's never really a story to it. So I do feel like people are now going to hate on LA Knight a little bit when it's just completely unjustified in this case, just because, he doesn't really get much to work with, does he? Also, I don't know how all of you guys are feeling, but right now I'm running off literally coffee, right? I got about 4 hours of sleep last night. The night before, I had 6 hours of sleep because I was doing SmackDown as well. I mean, it is a crazy weekend to be a wrestling fan, but hey, I wouldn't want it to be any other way. In number 3, at least Tiffany Stratton got the victory which she really did deserve at WrestleMania. Listen, the feud was awkward. The match at times was awkward. There were also great moments too, but there were also a lot of awkward moments that were very sloppy as well. But at least ultimately, Tiffany Stratton got the victory. The feud won't be remembered for the right reasons. It's going to be remembered for all the negativity surrounding it. But the fact is, Tiffany Stratton got a victory at WrestleMania. And not just a victory at WrestleMania, but a victory at WrestleMania against Charlotte Flair. And again, that means something. Especially your debut Mania as well, right? Charlotte really did put Tiffany Stratton over here, so shout out to her. And for Charlotte, I really do hope that this was kind of a grounding moment in this feud to really realize is that maybe she needs to just take a step back for a second and just analyze everything and then take a step forward again. Because Charlotte is incredibly talented, undoubtedly one of the best in the world in the ring, a fantastic promo at her best as well. But right now, something isn't hitting. She needs a change, and also I think she does need to, be aware of maybe a bit of a narrative surrounding her as well. But I'm really, really hopeful for the future of both of these ladies. Tiffany Stratton coming off this huge win, and also I am rooting for a Charlotte Flair comeback now. I really am. She had to lose last night, but now from here, let's rebuild her. Let's put her in some good storylines. I'm excited for the future of both of them. But before we do get into the top 2 key findings, please like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts on night 1 of WrestleMania. I always love to read the comments. I will be replying to them all as well. And also, if you want some more content, check out Wrestling Republic's daily broadcast on this YouTube channel every single day at 8 p.m. UK, 3 p.m. Eastern, and 12 p.m. Pacific. I hope to see you guys there. Plus, tonight during WrestleMania, just like we did last night, we are doing a live WrestleMania watch-along, and this time there won't be any technical difficulties. Well, at least hopefully there won't be any technical difficulties. It will be Jordy, Shard, and Trizzy, and it'll be a blast. In at number 2, did ticket prices affect how loud the WrestleMania crowd were? Let's face it, other than the opener and the main event, that crowd was next to dead for the entire show. A lot of people are saying it was the worst WrestleMania crowd ever, and I'm going to be honest, I'd have to go back and watch them all, right, to say that definitively, but it is up there with the worst. And now everybody's saying that Vegas shouldn't have another WrestleMania, but I really hope that isn't the case. Maybe partly because I want to go and see it there, but also because I don't really think Vegas is the issue here. The real issue, I genuinely believe, is ticket prices. I think they priced out a lot of genuine, real wrestling fans out of this event, and therefore a lot of, people who are very wealthy, but maybe were only fans as a kid and stuff like that are going. There were so many people wearing suits in the crowd last night. I was absolutely amazed by it. And there's reportedly a lot more sponsorship tickets as well this year. I don't know. I do think that's probably my leading theory as to why the crowd was so quiet, especially considering it was a mostly closed roof as well. The sad reality is I do think as WrestleManias go on, I do think the prices are going to go up and up and up, and it does suck, right? And especially if this is a correlation we see on Raws and SmackDowns as well, like we did during the European tour. Because I've said it a lot before and I will continue to say it. Wrestling is a family industry. A lot of wrestling fans get into it as kids going with their parents to events. Not all, but a lot. And if you take that away from them, well, I do think that will hurt the future of this business. I've been saying this a lot since TKO took over, but they do need to think long-term business-wise, not just short-term. Not just the next 5 years, but the next 50 years. But listen, at least they were loud during the main event, right? They were loud during that. Some people were saying they weren't. I don't agree with that. I do think they were good during the main event, and they also loved a good yeet session at the start of the show as well. And in at number 1, Seth Rollins will screw Cody Rhodes tonight at WrestleMania. Seth Rollins shocked me and most of the world last night when he aligned with Paul Heyman, and I have to say, it was executed perfectly. But it didn't shock everyone. In fact, some people predicted this, and a lot of those people, including Clark, predicted that this would then affect the Night 2 main event. And yeah, I think they're going to be right. I think Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman are going to screw Cody Rhodes tonight. Maybe it'll be a temporary alliance with The Rock and Cena, or maybe they'll make one big super faction or something like that. But the fact is, last year, Seth Rollins lost his World Heavyweight Championship by trying to help Cody Rhodes. Only for Cody Rhodes to then not only team with Roman Reigns, the man they vowed to destroy, but then also became buddy-buddy with CM Punk too. I mean, that's practically an FU to the face of Seth Rollins. So you know what? Seth Rollins, I actually think, is justified to turn on Cody tonight. I really, really do. But ultimately, I am so excited now. The story which they are telling across 2 nights has been really, really fun. Were the crowd, quite quiet at times? Yes. Was maybe the middle of the card not as amazing as it could have been? Yes. But let's face it, at least me personally, I had fun all night long, and the main event was an absolute banger of a bout. And tonight, I really do think it's going to be even better. I am hyped for it. As for my overall Allison Analysis rating, screw it. It can take my money. They probably don't need any more money based on how much tickets they've sold, but doesn't matter. They can still take my money. Really, really enjoyable show. Again, the middle of it, I think, is the part which, could have been improved a little bit and the crowd could have been louder. But tonight, I'm excited. It was WrestleMania. The stage was incredible. I didn't even get a chance to talk about that. That was absolutely brilliant. So yeah, I enjoyed it. But what did you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below, and I will be reading and replying to them all. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.